Hello and welcome to our video on using YouTube for promoting your listings and yourself. Today we're going to kind of go through and talk about how to use YouTube, best practices for YouTube, basically ways you can make YouTube and your videos, even just quick videos walking through your properties, really give you a bigger bang for your buck than just putting images or pictures on the internet and on your MLS listings. So feel free to stay tuned. I'll walk you through this whole thing for about the next half an hour. If you have any questions, feel free and email me, contact me any way that you would like. Otherwise, enjoy the video and have a good afternoon.
Amy's listing pops up underneath Zillow. You got Trulia next, Realtor.com, and then the YouTube video. So you can see how high it pops up or ranks when people search for that address. Now, again, we don't have the same kind of marketing budget that a King Thompson would have, or a Zillow, or you'll see some of these other ones on here, HotPad, Stately. These guys pay millions and millions of dollars a year to have very high-ranking websites. They do a lot of search engine optimization, what I've talked about before, writing your content on your page to be oriented towards what someone would search for, writing the background part of the website, like the title, for example, again, towards what someone would search for. So maybe they want a house in South Bloomfield, they might search for that. Well, they write their pages in such a way that you can see Google's highlighting words on their sites that show exactly why their site's popping up. So YouTube kind of circumvents all of that, and it really does the SEO content for you. Now, I guess one other benefit that you may not realize is that Google owns YouTube. So it might be another reason it pops up pretty high in their search results. But for all intents and purposes, YouTube is one of the best video marketing platforms you can use. And I'll show you Amy's video. I'll give you a link so everyone can take a look at it. Turn on the music here. So this YouTube video is literally just pictures. So it's Amy took the photos that she used and put them in order that she wanted them. And the quick YouTube video, you see here, it's 2 minutes and 8 seconds, which frankly is about as long as you want to go. Once you get over about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and that might even be stretching, people tend to quit paying attention at that point. So you really want to hit the 2 minute to 3 minute mark at most and kind of stay under that. But you'll see these are just photos that she took of the house, interior photos, exterior photos, very easy to recreate, very easy to do. Now, the other part of this content on here is she also included her MLS remarks in here. We included a link to her actual page, which I'll show you in a minute, on her Realty Ohio page. And then she also included her information, and then again, her brokerage information on here as well. So if you were to click this link right here, now it says RealtyOhio.com. She's just using the Realty Ohio site. So for instance, maybe I want to put my own, DrewLaughlin.com on there and show that web address. I can do that. But when you click that link, it actually takes you to her listing, which is right here. And you'll see she actually integrated the YouTube video into her page. So what that is doing is linking back and forth from YouTube, who ranks really high, and her own website, and basically joining them at the hip so that you will get both sets of information if you're looking for that. And then again, you'll see the normal listing pages. But this integration of the YouTube video is what's really big, and what Delta screams at us all the time that everyone should be doing. Integrating these in your pages, that's a really good idea. Now, I will say that some of you have used other virtual tour, which is what this would also be called, virtual tour companies. That is fine. The only thing I would say to you is as long as it has a web address that you could send to your aunt or your sister or your best friend, that they can actually click on that link and go to a regular web address and see it, then I would recommend using that if you can. Also, the other thing is you want to be able to integrate that into your page. Let me kind of show you what I'm talking about here. So this is the back end of Delta. This is, you'll see these tabs at the top, listings at the top. So I just clicked on listings, which takes me to my page. So these are all the listings I've got right now. And let's just pick one here. Let's pick Orange Station, for example. Now I'm just clicking on the MLS listing over here on the left. You'll see it's in blue, so it's actually a hyperlink, meaning that it's actually clickable to something that it goes to. And I've shown you guys this last week was the media section where you can actually integrate these YouTube videos. So for those of you that may have other services provided through your MLS, you'll see at this very top virtual tour one, it actually gives you the ability to select those if this is one of their providers. So you that URL and it will do the same thing that this YouTube video did. So, okay, let me keep going here. The YouTube video gives you about 4 or 5 different things that you have to include in this section. So you'll want to include the video URL, the video ID, the video share URL, and the video embed code, all of which YouTube gives you. Show you that. So your URL is just this whole link. That's what a URL is the actual web address. Either you're curious, it's the universal relay link. That's it. So you'll include that information, and then over here next to the About in YouTube, they give you an actual share link. You click on that, it gives you this is your share video code, and then it also gives you an embed video code. So as long as you follow these 4 different boxes, you fill all these in just like it asks, and it gives you examples right here. But you have to fill in all 4 of these boxes in order to get this YouTube video to look just like Amy's. And again, what happens? Go for it.
Drew?
Yeah.
Hey, you only have to enter one of those links and hit save, and it will fill the rest in for you.
Well, I thought we were having problems with that, where the page wasn't embedding the video unless you did all 4 of them.
It won't allow me to do all 4 of them. I tried.
Well, what it does, though, when you try to do all 4 of them, is it looks like it doesn't save them. It looks like it erases them because they're blank when you go to the next one. But you'll notice that when you save the YouTube video and go back, so when you hit this little save button, all of that information will be there. So I don't know, just for me to be safe, I usually fill in all 4 of those just to make sure that it shows up. It might very well work the other way. You're probably right. I just do it to be safe. So, okay, go back to the YouTube video here. I've got another link that I'll send everyone. I'm not going to show you the video now because it's, I think, 2 or 3 minutes. It's a little bit longer. I think maybe 4 or 5 minutes, actually. It is a neighborhood video that Rich and I found probably about 2 or 3 years ago now that was basically a listing agent in California, had a really nice listing, but it's basically a bachelor pad just outside of LA or Hollywood. So you can, come in. Sorry, I'm going to mute some people that we're getting some feedback from. Okay, so I'll forward everyone that link. But basically what he did is he took this bachelor pad outside of Hollywood Hills, and he made a really cool little video to show the social life around this property. It wasn't a house that you would see, you know, a move-up buyer buying. You wouldn't see someone buying with their second home or as a retirement home. It was someone basically in their younger part of their life that would be looking for the ability to go out to bars or clubs, theater, whatever they wanted in Hollywood. This property was so close that you could literally drive right around the corner to do those things. So this agent made a little what he called a lifestyle video that was basically just about the house. It would look like just a little short promo video, not a virtual tour, but he went through and showed the lifestyle around the house included with the actual interior, and it was really well done and really cool. So I'll email everyone that link along with notes from this and the link to this video at the end so you can watch it. But basically, YouTube serves two functions for us in real estate at this point. It's either virtual tours like you're seeing now, or these real estate lifestyle videos where you're able to actually promote an area, promote a subdivision, or, you know, for instance, like a lake house, you might want to promote living on the lake. Someone like, for instance, Tammy, who lives on Buckeye Lake, might want to stick a GoPro on the front of her boat. Don't do anything special, just let it record for an hour while you drive around. That might be a great way to put that in with a listing and promote the area, promote your lifestyle on that lake. So that's, again, something else you might want to do with YouTube videos.
What do they use the video?
Dan asked what you would use the video. GoPros are one thing that you can use. The top-of-the-line GoPro is $399. You could use your phone if you wanted to.
But they could use our office GoPro.
Yeah, you could use our office GoPro if you want. Today, phones have great video cameras on them if you want to do that. The GoPros tend to be the easiest. They're small, they're compact, you can include them in just about anything. So I would recommend a GoPro if you can.
You can look like Sheldon while you do
it. As Rich says, you can look like Sheldon while you use it too. We're actually looking into another function for GoPros for 3D or I guess 3D wouldn't be the right word, but 360 views going through properties where people can use their mouse and look left or right while you're walking through the house. Now that is going to take a little more work on our part to get there, but that's kind of where the virtual tours and these videos are going. So let me just do a little integration here real quick. I just want to show you what happens when you make one of these YouTube videos and how it actually shows up when you're doing this. And Amy, I'm going to steal your listing since I've got it up. I'll show you exactly what I do. Actually, I'm going to do a different one in Pickerington since I've already got one in there. Let's do this one. Just so everyone's aware, I had Amy and Alicia go through, and all of your properties should have YouTube videos with them now. Whether you created it or not, we went ahead and did it for you. So we went ahead and built the little virtual tour with your pictures that we might have taken off the MLS or if you gave them to us. And we built a little 2-3 minute video for you and put it on YouTube and then embedded it onto all of your listings. So hopefully everyone should have their listings with YouTube videos already. If you don't, we might still be working on a few of those. I'm not sure how far we are, but so what I do, it asks for, again, these 4 different things. So it asks for the video URL, which I'm just copying and pasting so everyone's aware. Take this last. This last little thing I'm highlighting up here at the top is actually the video ID. You'll see right here it says video ID is what it asks for. And see, that's what I'm saying. It kind of disappears when you stick things in. I don't know why it does that, but it does. Let's go to the share video. And then last but not least, our actual embed code. Now I'm just using either the copy function you saw me do right here, or for those of you who don't know it, if you do Control-C, it does the same thing. It will copy whatever is highlighted. So I'm going to highlight and copy all that, stick it in. So now this page should have the wrong YouTube video. Let's see here. Gave me headaches last time, didn't it, Rick? Okay, it might be taking a second or two to process, but once you save that YouTube video, it will integrate and will look just like Amy's. So you get that YouTube video here in the top. Again, all this for SEO, all this for the combining everything, so it links back and forth and helps your website rank pretty high. Now let me show you something else I did to YouTube. Let's see here. This is the market update that I did. I showed this last week, and I'm not going to play the whole thing, but this is just me sitting in front of a GoPro talking about the market. So for those of you that weren't on last week that didn't get to see this, all this is me talking about Clintonville and Beachwald, where I live, and talking about the average market statistics, sale prices, percent changes, comparing 2014 to 2013, and then I just wrote a blog post around it. Didn't do anything major, but I basically took the information that I was discussing in the video and wrote a post about it. The reason I did that, and actually Inman News, for any of you who follow it, talked a lot in an article they came out with today that YouTube videos need all of your content. So just like I did here with all of this content generated around my video, they tell you to do the same thing in your YouTube video. Reason being is that YouTube can't actually read your video, so it can't read what you're talking about or understand what you're talking about in the video. So you take what you talk about in the video and write a little post in the About section that describes exactly what you're talking about. Because what YouTube looks for is, Google looks for is your title up there at the top. So when you actually pull up a website like realtyohio.com, it says Realty Ohio at the top. This one says for sale 37 Blazer Lane, which is again describing the property, describing the video she's talking about. It also mentions her name in here. It mentions the company. And then down in here is where I was talking about earlier, she actually gives content about what the video is and gives a link to the content on her own website. So all of that information combined with a post and integrating it into your website gives you the complete package. It basically gives Google more information, the most amount of information we can, so that it can rank your video and say, you know, if you're looking for Clintonville real estate, Drew Laughlin's video would be a great one to look at because I'm talking a lot about the history and the sales and just the basic understanding of what Clintonville is or what this neighborhood is. So it's, again, a great way to do SEO and to do the marketing on your page very easily and quickly. This video, by the way, these videos will take you, I would say, even sitting down and recording the video, including prep work, and then putting the thing together, maybe an hour of work to do these things. And if you're to do these market updates once a month, you know, an hour once a month for this kind of content that you can post everywhere. You can post on Google+, you can post on Facebook, you can post on YouTube, all these different places. If you do all that kind of work, we'll make you look like the neighborhood expert. It will make you the neighborhood expert. So when you send out those postcards to the farm areas trying to get listings, and they Google you, this is a great way for them to understand that you do know what to talk about, that you are the boss of the area and you're the one they should contact. In fact, I just thought of an idea that maybe I'm going to create, you know, why hire me video for my neighborhood, and then maybe send out a postcard next month with a picture of that, trying to see how many people I can get to go to my page and actually watch that video. So something else you can do are these market updates. I've also seen all kinds of other content from how to get your home sold, maybe things that you should do in your house before you list it, you know, cleaning up kitchens, making sure they're clutter-free. You could do, for instance, I showed a property last night that might be really good to show what a foundation that has foundation issues, house with foundation issues, what that looks like. For people that may not know, that have never seen a foundation that's cracking and coming in. For instance, this property last night, the foundation is bowed in probably somewhere between 6 inches and a foot, so it needs completely replaced all the way around. My client didn't want the house because of that, but that would be a great thing for me to do a video on and say, this is what a foundation with problems looks like. This is what you want to look for when you're walking into a home and your water issues. So,
one application that I just went over with an agent, we've all had that one property, the one that's $15,000, and it's 40 miles from your house. We've all had them. We all know, you know, you get so many phone calls on that house because it's $15,000, only to go out, show the people the house, and they say, it's in bad shape. Really? No kidding. Even a property like that, you can go out and take a handheld video from your phone. Take that video, post just a walkthrough video of the property. Then you schedule a time that you're going to be at the house, you know, Thursday between 4 and 6. But before they waste their time and you waste yours, you can have them go and look at a walkthrough video that you've posted to YouTube. That increases your visibility in the market, because every time you put something up that has your name on it, that improves your visibility. But in addition to that, you can save that time driving the 40 miles to the house, only to show for them to realize that the house is in bad condition. Even a poorly done walkthrough video will equivocally put up about 1,000 pictures. So just an idea.
Again, more pictures, the better. The videos that we've been doing, we've only been creating, this is kind of reference to the, I talked about earlier, how we've been putting together YouTube videos for all of your listings, whether you're using YouTube or your own showing virtual tour service. We've been only doing videos with more than 5 photos. So if they're not 5 photos, first, I'm going to scold you for not having more than 5 photos. You really need to. But 2, we need more photos in there so we can make these posts and build these YouTube videos for you. Again, whether you use your own virtual tour service or not, you still need to have a lot of videos in there to generate the content and the information. And frankly, we get phone calls all the time from people looking at photos online that compliment us on having more photos than anyone else. You know, if you look at our listings, we have somewhere between 12 and 20 photos, whereas other listing agents might only have 8. So it really helps people see the inside of a house and get a feeling for what they're looking at if you include those extra photos. And it really doesn't take any extra time to stand there and take one from the north side of the room and then one from the south side of the room. You know, do this the same for each room, so you're going to get double the pictures and people can, again, get a feeling for the property before they go take a look at it. So something else to think about. You also might consider, you know, interviewing yourself on here, talking about your ability and your experience just in real estate as general. Again, keep it short. I try to keep videos under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Ideally, I'd like to be around 2 minutes. But if something runs a little bit longer, just make sure that your content is entertaining and they're going to want to watch. Once you start to go over 3 minutes, you're going to lose people's attention. Just unfortunately, the way our attention spans are today, it moves very, very quickly, and you'll lose them after about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So I just kind of keep that in the back of your mind when you're making these little YouTube videos. Let's see what else I want to show you. Close this. Oh, one other thought. I showed everyone last week my traffic report on my own site, and I showed a couple of you might have noticed I have Columbus, Ohio listing agent, Upper Arlington listing agent.com web addresses I've been kind of experimenting with to see what would happen. And as I showed everyone, I was kind of shocked that I've actually had 20 people to these listing sites. Like Dublin, Ohio listing agent here, I've had 13 people that have come to my page and have looked through my website because of that web address. That kind of shocks me that I've had that amount of people come look through my page. So now that I've realized that, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to do a little promotional video in Upper Arlington. I might just go take photos of downtown Upper Arlington and maybe driving through the city and just talk about Upper Arlington as a whole, and what it's like to live there, and then put it on my listing page. And then again, integrate that with YouTube, post it on Google+, on Facebook, on Twitter, and then send that out to all of my social media sites so that everyone can see it, and hope for the traction that I get people there that are going to be interested in selling their home and say, hey, I might want to call this guy because he does more than anyone else. So just something to think about that I'll be experimenting with that you might want to try and check out too. I think that's it for today. Oh, I will include a link to this video as well as a link to last week's video, and then also what I was talking about before, the lifestyle video that Rich and I found, and then also copies of 2 or 3 different articles from Inman, and I think one was just like a Remax informational post. But all these links are going to talk about give you more description what to use. For instance, I'm talking in here about including your MLS verbiage as well as a link to your own page in your information. It gives you exact examples of what to write in these areas to get the most bang for your buck. Again, I'm about speed. I want these things to be quick and easy for you so that you can spend maybe an hour at night while you're sitting there watching TV, just building one of these videos and posting it. That way, once you get good at it, you might be able to speed it up and make it a half an hour or something very easy. But I want you to get the biggest bang for your buck on these videos. But the biggest thing is to make sure that you're including all of this in your own website. Sure, our website does great things, the realtyohio.com website. But remember, you're an agent in business yourself. I want you to brand yourself and brand what you do so that the market knows that you're good at selling homes and so that people call you to list or buy. And you'll be surprised once you do these things for even a couple weeks doing these kinds of videos, you will start to get phone calls or emails from people looking to purchase a house. One quick example, I have done some of these things and posted on my own Facebook account. I ran into a friend of mine. I see him every couple of years. He's that person that I'll run into at Kroger at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll run into him just completely randomly. Well, I ran into him in Cincinnati last weekend going through IKEA with my wife looking for a crib. And we're checking out, and he comes up to me and says, hey, I saw your post on Facebook about selling property, and he and his wife are going to be looking for a house very shortly. And he asked for my phone number and card and said he'd call me this week. And I actually talked to him this morning and hit out all their criteria, and I'll be helping them purchase a house just because I posted one of these little videos about myself. Now, I will warn you that for me, I'm not always the biggest person, self-promotional person. So for those of us that are a little bit more apprehensive about putting our face on YouTube and making ourselves as public, I know it might be nerve-wracking at first, but even the mess-ups that you might make in there, people respect for the authenticity of what you're doing. If you show who you are and show that you're good at real estate, it doesn't matter how awkward you feel. They'll love looking at these videos, and they'll be entertained by our little screw-ups in them. In fact, the videos that I've made so far, I do very little editing. Just for the sheer fact, I want those little stutters, I want those little screw-ups, and that I have to restart. Because it shows that I'm authentic. I'm not reading off the sheet. I know what I'm talking about. It just makes people feel more of a connection to you than just another real estate agent. So something else to think about. But that is it for today in this training. Again, I'll send everyone the links later today, so you've got that. And if any of you have questions, feel free and let us know. And then again, next Thursday at 3 o'clock, we'll do the same thing. And I'll show you how to post all this on Facebook and how to really get the bang for your buck with the actual social media posting of it. So have a good afternoon.
Thanks for being there.